the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
Welcome everybody to another episode of This is CorbinCenter. Oh, it has been a pretty eventful week. Anyway, with this said, I have to give a big shout out. My Corbinite recognition is Anne. Oh man, you know, again, we have a bond from the floor, but also thank you for being a patron. Patreon has been great with 3 new members who I will give shout outs to. Also, I just only want to do one at a time because I want to focus on you individually and how amazing that you all are. And thank you so much for your support. I appreciate that. Plus coming to Time Bomb, which I am sorry, I'm not going to be at Time Bomb at the next couple of events. I will be gone, so I won't be there. But you are more than welcome to go. Please, I appreciate your support. It sounds like you're making friends there too, which is great. Again, I asked this question, speaking of the floor, I asked a question about, like, what would you think my category of expertise would be? And honestly, it seemed like I confused a lot of people on this one because maybe it was because when I took pro wrestling out of the equation, a lot of people would assume, they didn't think that cereals was an area of expertise. But a lot of people didn't know. Maybe I come across as an enigma of what I might know. So I had a lot of conflicting people that didn't give me actually an idea on this post, but they gave me like kind of a concept why they couldn't just narrow it down. And you're right, I know a lot about a little, or is it a little about a lot? I can't remember. However it works. Sometimes it just doesn't play into my factor, but let's not waste any time, shall we? Because we are going to get rolling here. Let me throw the old headset on, and we are going to get into another episode right now.
All right, Darin, let's just go right into it here. So Wrestlepalooza, you split the win. First night was frustrating. Second night was a lot better. But you have a new kindred spirit. How does this fit in with you, Lore? What should we expect? This is so new. What can you give us insight here? How this came to be?
Look, the meteoric rise for me started at Wrestlepalooza when I stopped giving a crap about what all the fans started thinking, and that really changed things for me. And sometimes the biggest enemy you have to slay is your friends, and I've proven that. I'm the only Triple Crown winner that has been at Wrestlepalooza, and now finally Warhorse has seen the light or the darkness, whichever one you want to say. I don't know which one sounds lame or which one sounds more cliche. Look, Laura and I may not have been victorious the first night against Top Flight, but that was we had ulterior motive. We were trying to go out and we were trying to make sure that Devon Monroe didn't pull off any cheap, sneaky wins and sleep by like his whole title reign has pretty much been. So we came out there to aid Warhorse, and then the next night it was reciprocated as we beat Effie and Allie. Now, that feud has been going on for a long time. It's one of the bloodiest and most entrenched feuds there, and we just added another wrinkle to it. Does losing one match to win another match, does that matter? No. Am I concerned about that? Not one bit. But do I think that potentially coming into 2024 that strength in numbers might work a little bit in my favor, since I've been singled out, almost discriminated against, honestly, since losing the championship? Probably. It's just one of those things. I'm tired of having to be stuck in random situations against champions that get lucky, and I'm tired of wrestling animals all day long. So, and again, how many times can I wrestle Eric Cannon? So maybe the deal is with Jake Parnell might freshen some things up a little bit.
So while you were at Wrestlepalooza, there was a freelance event. You were not there. You're not entitled to be there. But Coda Hernandez had some strong words for you. Any rebuttal? Anything you got?
I knew when I had the Legacy Championship that I would have a target on my back. And there's a lot of guys, they're hungry. They want to prove themselves, and that's the championship to do it. That's like that workhorse championship. That's where respect is earned. But that's why I have the belt. The only Triple Crown champion, the guy who ended BK's reign. There was nobody better to like raise the stakes. I mean, like, where do you go from a long reign like BK's? You got to put it on somebody who's going to elevate it even more, and that's me. And I think what the problem is you have Coda Hernandez comes out and he grabs the microphone while I'm not there and tries to make sure that he's next in line. But let's face it, the last time that we crossed paths, we were the longest reigning tag team champions, and the only time he got his hands on the gold was when he stole it. They didn't even come out of that triple threat match with the championship. The cease and desist kids got it. So really, when you look at a guy who's lost all his feuds, who's never won the big ones, I mean, does that really count? Is that something I should be worried about? Now, I do respect Coda for grabbing the mic and trying to insert himself, talk his way into a championship picture. I've done that at Freelance. I actually wrote the book on that at Freelance, so I'm glad you're taking a page out of it. But for the record, Coda, I will be there February 9th, and if you got something to say, I'm just going to let you know, I'm all ears, but actions speak louder than words. Well, thank you again for joining me for another episode of This is CorbinCenter. January is slow, which is okay by me, but in February, Higher Ground is back, which means that Lorben Cometh will be in action. And then, even though I've just had a match with Effie, you know that this feud is never going to end. So Effie and I go one-on-one at Second Wrestling for the first time. That's kind of weird to say. One-on-one, first time, second time at the second promotion. Either way. And then I will return to Freelance. Coda, I had to address your comments a little bit. And then I will not be at Pro Wrestling Battleground. I'm going to be in Las Vegas for the Rock and Roll 5K. March, I'm actually looking at a pretty light schedule, but a lot of stuff is going on in between, traveling for family weddings. And then also going to, hopefully, I don't want to jinx it yet, but maybe there might be something incredible in the works. Maybe a buddy of mine might be resurrected. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Maybe we'll have to just cosplay it up. We'll see what happens. But don't worry, it doesn't mean I'm slowing down, because 8 matches away. 8 matches from 1,400. So, see you soon.